We on? Hello.
We're on now.
Welcome. Episode
Hello.
166. The camera's on, the record button, the rat's on.
I think it's on. How about we say hello to some people?
Let's say hello. Let's see if they can hear us. Well, we've
Right,
even got
Craig
comments.
Jones, hello. Please let us know if you can see us and you can hear us. Because even though we've probably done it properly, there's probably some button that I haven't pushed.
Yeah. Story of
So
my
let
life.
me know. Just type it in the comments. Story of your life. Of course. Of course. Now, the Wombat's on.
Wombat's on.
We've got Chris. I think Chris is... I don't think I've seen Chris there before.
Why not?
We've got the
New
boss
people.
man. We've got Anthony. Hello, Anthony. Anthony's on all the time.
Isn't he? I was on the phone to Anthony before,
That's
actually.
it.
He's getting excited.
Yes. And Gavin Webb.
Gavin Webb.
And Anthony.
Hey, Gav Webb. He's from the race team.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Welcome. Now, Anthony's confirmed that we both have picture and sound.
We are on episode 166. We are off to a good start. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Right, we've got Car of the Week.
Car of the week right in the front.
It's a little bit obscured at the minute because we've got train stuff everywhere. But Car of the Week, we'll put it into focus a little bit better later. We need to know the make.
Yep.
Model.
Yes.
The weight.
The weight. Yep.
The year.
The colour.
And the tyre size.
Tyre size.
Just mixing it up.
Okay. I got no idea what it is, but we'll get some answers.
Anybody who can Google the car can Google the tyre size.
Of course.
Yeah?
Of course.
All right. Well, I think we should I'm going to move it to the side.
Yep. Because right in front of us, we've got our little 009 layout.
This is the one that you and I made with
Marlon.
Marlon. We made this over a few weeks, didn't
We
we?
did. You want
We
me to
have a
move
bit of-
more?
But before we go any further talking about trains, I think we better take these ones off, actually, if we're going to talk about the 009.
Yeah.
As we'll get Finn in, because Finn actually knows what he's doing.
Does he?
What do you
Okay,
reckon?
I reckon.
Come on in, Finn.
Hey, Finn.
Hello, everybody. I'm back again.
Back again. You didn't think you were going to be, did you?
No, I didn't.
There's a lot of stamps getting licked and a lot of boxes getting packed, isn't there?
Oh,
As we
yeah.
speak.
Yes. You probably hear it in the background.
That is fantastic. Welcome in, Finley.
I'm going to
Thank
turn
you.
some stuff.
Turn some stuff. What are we looking at?
We are looking at a 009 train.
Yes.
Now, I don't know much about the prototype. You would give it a push?
Yes, please. Need a little help.
There you go.
There he goes.
So I don't know much about the prototype, unfortunately. I do know that I believe this is a TGW brand.
PGW.
I believe that's what they are.
This one.
Is it?
No, that should be a mini train.
Oh, mini train.
Oh, the last carrier is going for a dragger.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Maybe we want to take it down, the power off.
No, I like to live dangerously.
So, okay, and that can mini train.
Oh, no, I better power off.
so you singe your underarm on the track in front of you.
Wouldn't be the first time.
So I believe mini trains do both American and German stuff, I believe.
They're really big on German stuff, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they're actually a German manufacturer. Is that
Mini
right?
trains, yes. Oh, that's half a load.
So this would be based on a German prototype, most likely.
I reckon it's a couple. Let me have a look. Let me
A
do some
couple.
cheating. Let me
like
look
the
up mini
fact-
trains and let me try and find the picture.
And I love
It's off
Dublin.
again.
Yeah. I really should have
Oh,
probably,
I see why it's coming off.
there's a
We
bit of
could have-
fluff.
No, there's a price table underneath it. It's
Ah.
pushing it off the tracks.
It's called drag.
Is it?
All right, let's take that off.
That's all right. We can use our new printer over in trains.
All right, let me power it off.
No,
Are you going to back up? So this little layout, we made this, and it's been sitting on the shelf for pretty
Oh,
much
let me
a
back it
year.
up.
It's been pretty
I'll
much
back it
sitting
up.
on the shelf for a year, hasn't it?
still works fine, still clean. Better than I
Not
can say.
really.
I'm
Oh, that
Well,
didn't work.
you can see that it's these.
trying to get it straight. Try it again. No, I don't think it's. I think the coupling is wrong.
I just push it really hard.
Try now.
Is it good?
Well, no, there's most of the the works are fine.
All right, let's.
This is a comedy of all sorts.
How about we put the wagons over here?
Yeah,
Oh, it's got one at least.
You go.
running a light engine, as would be known in Britain. Ooh, there
Oh,
it
look how
goes.
fast it goes now. Light load.
So I believe this is so this little loco is a very interesting, very cute little thing.
Yep.
It's got a so it's in the German government railways livery, which was all black except and red wheels, as well as red frames. It's a 040 tank engine. I believe it's a side tank.
It
Has
is
got-
a couple. I can confirm it's a couple
Hey,
with a Cobalt stack.
Cobalt.
What's that?
Well, that's because it's got the big spark arrestor at the top.
So what do you do with that? Is that where you put your beef stew?
Yeah. I mean, you could theoretically. They were called spark arresters because that's what they did. Keep it from lighting fires on forests and densely greened areas. The spark arresters were put on so sparks wouldn't just fly out of the funnel and start fires.
Why the sparks need to be arrested if they're committing crimes?
Well, I mean, arson's a pretty big crime.
Oh, is that right? I see.
They're very common on old-fashioned American tea. Can you remember in old-fashioned Americans like westerns and stuff? Their trains had all those huge looking funnels.
Right.
Those were huge spark arresters because in the olden days, most American trains ran on wood.
Right.
And they produced a lot more sparks than coal does.
So what happens if a spark ends up in the tender?
You can run.
Disasters.
You can run a train off wood.
Yeah, it's not very good because coal burns for a long time. Wood burns instantly. So basically, if it's coal, you just put the fire. If you got fire, you just shovel some coal in, and you can leave it for a bit. With wood, like just throwing wood and constantly.
Imagine how good a wood-fired pizzas would have been.
No, yeah, people used to do that. They used to get on the shovel. They'd put food on and just put it into the firebox.
Did they?
And then cook food.
See, I wasn't being silly.
Yeah, bento box would go with you every day, wouldn't it?
would.
Egg and bacon sandwich was
Like a stainless steel one.
egg and bacon sandwich was the firebox meal of choice for British steam crews.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go. Firebox. We can have a segment every week. What's in your firebox?
Show us what we had for lunch.
That's right. So a bit of 009, and we love 009 at Hearns. The benefit about it is narrow gauge, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can do a much tighter.
So it's 9mm rail.
Runs on N gauge track, but it's HO scale.
Yeah, so that's why it's got these widely spaced sleepers on it.
Much larger.
And it's a really quite a tight radius. Yeah.
Oh, I flip over to the top, eh?
A real life example of narrow gauge that you could see in Victoria would be the Puffing Billy Railway up in Emerald. That's a
Is that 009?
It would technically be. It's narrow gauge. It's
Yeah.
I believe it's 2 foot 3 inches. I believe.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
So how wide is this again?
9mm.
9 mil. So
N gauge.
that's 9 mil here.
That's N gauge,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's why it's called 009.
Ah, 9 mil for double O. Now this one here is HO.
Yeah.
And
16?
double O also runs on that.
16.
Well, yeah. So 009. So narrow gauge was always an interesting choice for areas in real life which had either too rugged terrain or too much hills for standard gauge to be necessary or even possible.
Right.
And so narrow gauge was created. That's why narrow gauge trains are usually either in really big valleys, quite hilly areas, or in just areas which just had enough money to go for full size.
Right.
Basically,
So what's that mean for this center one?
TT.
13. Is it 12 or 13?
Remember.
That's halfway in between. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
There we
You
go.
got
So
9, and you got 13, and then you got don't lick it. It's live. I can feel it.
You can
I
feel
don't think they're
something's
good to lick
wrong.
when they're dead either.
There we go. So that's a bit of 009 action. So we'll get that one off. Come here, you.
It's always fun to play.
I got.
trains.
You could have stopped it. That's okay. Put him over
What
here.
is?
That's
How's
right.
that?
And then we will have a look at.
What are we doing? We're going to move
Well, I'm
this.
going to move this up more to the center of the screen, and then young Finley can show us what we've got in our hot little hands.
So these are ending up on the center track.
What am I holding here in my hand, Finley?
That's the one we showed last week.
I thought it was a blue one.
No, we showed this one last week. That's the in DB Cargo Red is the OH Shunter. The one
Oh, I thought we showed the blue one.
we showed the red one, didn't we? Now you've got me questioning it. But this one is the other one we've gotten in Wave 2 of the TT release.
Yes.
This is a older style of. It's the same exact type of train, but this is an old delivery that ran between late 60s to I think around about the 70s, 80s,
Yeah.
90s maybe. So this was BR blue with the tops number and corporate logo livery logo.
That would have to be a pretty late logo, wouldn't it?
Yeah, first introduced in the 70s because originally the logo for British Railways was the lion holding onto the train wheel. But when they modernized, such as with the modernization
Lions
plan,
don't come from England.
well, they liked them, so I think they told it. But
That's a bit deceptive.
I think it's because in the past, lions like traveling to England. They like to, look around the countryside,
They hopped on the train.
Yes, that's right.
So the logo, when they're doing modernization plan, including dieselization, removal of steam, closure of a lot of branch lines, it was also the introduction of a much more modern livery logo. While this one, which is a contemporary locomotive, their livery and logo, DB, it's just because it's a German company actually that runs this one in England. Yeah, it's owned by the German government technically.
Is it what's like Deutsche Bank? Is it what's DB?
It's German. I can't say it.
You can't say it?
No, I think it means German cargo. I think Deutschland something.
Baggage.
Baguette.
Beer.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Stein.
Mm.
All right, so let's see these suckers run.
All right. So should I zoom out a bit?
You have to zoom out a bit because I've completely not left us as enough.
What are we doing? Do you trust me with the controls?
Yeah, you can be the
I don't know which way it's
you
going
can
yet.
be the skinny controller.
Ready?
Let's go.
Choo-choo!
Oh, that's smooth.
Oh,
Am I a good driver or what?
how good is TT?
Hmm.
I know the track could be a bit.
I'm spinning up a bit.
That's amazingly smooth.
Is it?
Yeah,
Can you put two on?
you technically, but it's not DCC, so they both run at the same time. But they're the same models; they should run at the same speed.
Ready? I'm going to reverse it.
Okay.
No,
Oh, they're friends.
They're shunting.
So,
that right?
yeah, that would be it. So 08s, I think that would be called double heading, and a train of this type would be referred to as a cavalcade.
A cavalcade.
Yeah,
When we have steam trains in Melbourne, they run at either end.
yeah, because there's no turntables. They have to run, and they can't reverse a tender engine because that's just
Oh,
the high
that's
speed.
full ball.
Look at that go.
It's so nice and quiet, aren't
It'd be
they?
really nice if we could see them from the front, actually, because then you can see the
Little-
valve gear moving.
Little
So
coupling rods, yeah.
yeah.
So 08s are rather interesting. This side is the front with the little yellow grill in it,
Yep.
but they were almost always run in reverse.
Is that so the driver could see?
Exactly, because they were built based on a design of diesel locomotive from the 40s, but modernized in the 50s to create the 08. They were introduced like a steam in the same arrangement of a steam train.
Mm-hmm.
So the vent was at the front for the grill for the engine, and the cabin was at the back, because that's just how tank engines were done. However, crews for the 08s found it so much easier to just run them in reverse. Because they were shunting diesels, they could run both directions at the same speed, and when they came at the back, they could see right out the cabin to the consist.
What's the consist?
That's what you call a rake of wagons. It's known as a train consist.
It's like a gaggle of geese.
Is it?
A murder of crows.
Yeah.
A boggle of BJs.
Bog your mind.
Thank you very much, Finn, for coming in today and imparting all your wonderful knowledge.
No worries.
I've really enjoyed it, and I love playing trains.
It's always
I'm
fun.
excited for the train show.
I'm going
We're
to be
going to
there.
catch a red rattler in, aren't we?
Mm.
Are you going to dress up?
I don't know. I don't have anything to dress up with. I think
Do you
probably.
want to take a whistle? I want to dress up like a train driver.
I'll probably just wear this, to be honest. Clean it first, but
Fair enough, no. Yeah, keep an eye out. We've got a really big train show coming up, isn't it? 5th and 6th of August.
That's right. It's only 2 weeks away.
A couple of weeks away.
they're going to red rattle in.
So this is the big train show that's normally held in Melbourne at Caulfield. So it's an annual event, but this year it's been moved to the showgrounds.
The showgrounds in
And
Flemington.
That's right. And the reconditioned full-size Red Rattlers are running shuttle passes from Flinders Street Station to the showgrounds. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it a full train event.
And I'm going in dress-ups.
That's right.
I want to see this so badly.
And I'll tell you, this time around, Pikachu is not appropriate.
Anyway, I think you've got some other stuff to talk about.
We certainly do.
May
Thank you.
do.
And you've got some boxes to pack, Finley.
I certainly do. Thank you for having me on. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Finn. See you
Thank
later.
you, Finn. That was awesome. Was it?
Was. You can sort of see it from the front camera.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. All right, let's stop these.
I'll stop
Now, I
these.
think we should look at the
Car.
car
We'll take a little bit.
because we do have some input here.
Do we?
Yeah.
I'm just handling these trains very carefully, Will. No pun intended.
Where are we?
As I drop one.
Where are we? Oh look, we got a guess on the color.
What color is it?
Jeff reckons it's matte black.
No.
Is that wrong?
It's not matte. You said it was matte. Matte with one T or two? Matte
He's
who?
gone double T.
The K silent. No.
It's spelled MATTK. Pronounced matte with a silent K. No, I'm being silly now. Is it or isn't it? I thought it was.
No, it is.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Well, matte black is correct then.
Sorry, I was just trying to.
We're just being facetious.
I was just buying myself some time.
All right. So what have we got here?
I've got the.
Oh, that was the same thing I just showed before. Hang on.
This is our test.
Oh, look, Anthony's thinking McLaren.
McLaren.
It's
Definitely
not a McLaren. It's not a McLaren. Oh, Richard Rob, he's already got weights. We haven't weighed it yet. He's got 914 grams. I think we better weigh it. Where is our scale? We're going to need the scale.
Could you please get the scales?
All right, scales are coming. All right, so we'll come back to Retro Rob.
Woo! I am back.
What else we got?
Do you reckon?
Bugatti. It's not a Bugatti.
I can confirm it is in fact not a Bugatti.
No. It's not.
Pretty cool though, isn't it? It is matte black.
is.
MATT.
Oh, we have scales. All right,
Yeah,
let's
scales.
let's weigh it up.
I'm
Let's
just
see how
scared that
close
they
Retro Rob is.
get us to do this. Uh-oh. We might be out of juices
Why? Because it says low juices.
because it says low. Clinically low.
Oh, really? So it doesn't need a new thing up. Oh, hang on. Oh, I just turned off. Try it again. Go, baby. Give some good energy. Oh, there. See? Hey, it's working. Quick, before it changes mind.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So, Richard Rob, it's way too low. It's heavier than 914.
I've seen that weight before.
Have you? It's pretty similar to something else, is it?
We're gonna have to give a little bit of a window here.
Are we? Is that because it's gone funky because it's got low batteries?
It could be.
Oh, close enough's good enough, yeah? Okay.
Well, it's going to be a hard task anyway.
All right, let's come back.
Definitely higher than 950. Was it 950, 980?
914.
914.
Higher than 914.
Higher than 914. It is definitely higher than 914.
All right. What we're going to talk about now? We
say
have another special guest, don't we?
we do have another special guest. I say we get young Will in to show us his latest Gundam.
All right.
No, he's really hit the Gundam with gusto.
Gusto.
Not the
All
French.
right. Go, Mr. Will.
Not the French.
What do you got there?
Well, I got the new Master Grade SD Gundam. Last time I came on, I talked about how this is a new line.
Yes.
And
What do
today,
you got there? We're going to do an unboxing.
the finished product.
Oh, that's further than an unboxing.
Finished. I thought these were Japanese.
Same difference, is it not?
There we go. Wow. So what can you tell us about the new SD or the new MG SDs? So it's Master Grade.
It's a Master Grade SD Gundam. So
Okay.
it's got all of the features of a Master Grade Gundam.
Yep.
In the same scale and size of a SD Gundam.
So what is an SD?
SD is a deformed Gundam.
Deformed.
It's all the proportions of the Gundam is mixed up.
Right.
So it's smaller, larger heads,
Mhm.
shorter legs, shorter torso.
Right.
Just a bit of comical size.
So it is a little bit bigger than a normal SD because that's a normal SD, right?
Yeah, that's a normal SD,
Right. Okay.
and it has a lot more posability than a normal SD.
Okay.
also-
What can it do? Show us what it can do.
Well, we can spread out the wings. For one
So
side,
this is a Freedom Gundam.
this is a Freedom Gundam.
Freedom. This is a ZGMF
Oh wow, it
X-
looks huge after you do this.
X10A.
Spread out the wings, put them further apart.
That's like a peacock.
It's got full posability with the torso, 3 bits of movement.
Right. So this has an inner frame.
Inner frame, yes.
Right. Okay.
And it's unique to the MG series, isn't it?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. MGs and RGs. Oh, what are you folding out now?
It's got little
It's got an appendage.
thrusters and guns on the side.
Did you see that? It's caught me by surprise.
It's shocking.
These little bits fold up if you push this down.
All right.
Don't want to folded off the action base.
Are you going to do some stop motion with this one?
Maybe we can try. Might be a bit hard.
It's got, what's this thing do?
That's its shield.
That's his shield.
That's his shield. It's got his gun. There was 2 other bits in there as well.
That's to protect itself from you, Brett. So everything comes in the box except for the stand. And the stand's easy enough to come by.
Stand is very easy. You can get basically almost any type of stand. They all come with universal connectors. I got the clear blue base stand 2.
Yep.
It recommends the base 5.
Yep.
But I just like the idea of a clear blue base stand with this Gundam.
Let me see if I can.
Why do they have different numbers?
Oh, it's just the different ways the stand is set up for posability.
Okay.
The further back it goes, the less options it has for how it looks.
Does he have decals?
It does. I have not placed the decals on yet.
What about the eyes? Are the eyes decals?
No, they are bits that came in the pack.
Oh, really? Because it looks 3-dimensional.
Yeah,
Looks like it's got like a clear over chrome
Yeah.
or something.
absolutely correct. I'm pretty sure does it show on the box? No, it doesn't. No, it's a like a black backing almost.
So that's a Freedom Gundam.
Yes.
Very good.
And then on the sidebar, on the side where these little bits thing have,
Yeah.
this folds out. Pop these out and attach its sword.
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 Where's the sword go?
Well, in the hands, of course. Has
Oh,
little
wasn't sure.
Are the hands posable?
hands are posable. Everything's posable.
Oh, really?
360 degrees of movement. And then that pops just right in there. There's a little slot for it to go in. There you go.
So he's got a beam sword, or what most people of the Star Wars generation would call a lightsaber. But these came out way before lightsabers came out.
Did they?
How cool is it?
Well,
And there's no paint involved here at all, is there?
No, I did not paint it all. I pretty much used just the 9 Steps premium side cutters,
Right.
which I did not bring in. And the 9 Steps premium knife.
Decent size.
Didn't sand it down. Ooh.
Was that,
And
meant, was that meant to happen?
I've
Nope.
done
No,
that.
don't worry, I'm a professional. I'll fix that later. No one saw anything.
I've
No one
done-
saw anything. Don't
I've
worry.
done that, and I'm a complete amateur.
So what are these things? Well, they stay there,
Yeah, they're like guns.
are they?
Yeah. And it's also got guns on the top as well,
Oh,
which is unfortunately very hard to fold out.
no one saw that either. I can see the amount of articulation in these, and I'm amazed at how much there is in this little thing here.
Yeah, I was amazed too. It was my first master grade Gundam. I was amazed by all of the intricate detail it had with it.
And
No,
you can
this
bet
is-
that it fit together just amazingly.
Oh, absolutely. Everything fit together. There was a few tricky steps, but other than that, it all came together beautifully.
The engineering on these Gundam kits is something else.
Oh,
No glue, no filing, no.
No,
That's
That's
amazing.
right.
It is
They've-
really, really amazing.
they've got this down to a very fine art, haven't they?
yes, absolutely.
And that's why they're so popular.
Oh, so there's 2 degrees. There's multiple degrees of the foot
Yeah, you can.
articulation too.
Foot has the heel movement. It has the movement on the foot, and
Yep.
then the toes even move.
Right. Oh, so
And then this
you
can
can make it
move-
look like it's running.
Yeah. It's got posable knees, if I can get it. This comes all the way down. This
Yeah,
can
the
come all
last
the way
thing you want
down.
is a deviated patella.
And I am slowly disassembling it as we try and move it around.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. No, that's fine.
Well, we've lost
Well, there you
face.
go.
He's now just a Gundam on a stick.
It's what we call a dig your knee.
GoPro stick, but for a Gundam.
There we go. That's pretty special, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So this is the latest series that Bandai have produced.
And
Yes.
this is the first one in the line.
First one in the
And
line.
they've already announced the next one.
And it's my favorite.
Which one is it?
Barber toast?
Barber toast.
Barber Toast.
Barber toast.
There
Barber
we go.
toast.
There we go.
Barber goose.
Let me see if I can put this back together for you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
So thank you, Will, for bringing that in. How long do you reckon it took to build?
In hours, it took me about probably 8 hours. So if I could get it done
So
probably
that's
in
like
a day.
a whole day's entertainment.
Yeah, I could have gotten it done in a day, but I spread it out over the course of 3 weeks,
Yeah, a little bit at a time.
a little bit at a time.
Yep.
Slowly taking it all in. putting it back together.
Yep, that's
Got it.
It's all in one piece.
Also comes with its gun, which can be placed on the back, like guard, I guess.
Yeah.
And that would just fit normally in the hand. Got a little slot on the gun to put in the hand. And this also fits really nicely. This little bit right here just fits in the shoulder, so it stays very stable. And then this just goes in the hand.
Just got him doing some star jumps. Got to keep fit. There we go.
That's a worry.
That is Gundam.
That's a worry.
I'm not worried.
It was excellent to build.
I bet it was.
And
What's your next one?
next one, we'll see. We'll have to see.
Are you going to do an RG?
Maybe. I might focus on my wargaming for my next project because I've got a.
We got some Cromlech things that'll go in that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking of upgrading a couple of my orcs,
Yeah, there you go.
making them space pirates instead of just regular orcs.
Space
Pirate Orcs. That rolls off the tongue. All right.
Thank
That
you,
was
Will.
good.
No problem.
Well done.
Thank
I'm
you
happy
for
to come
coming
in.
Good job.
Ooh, don't want to break it again.
It's all right. Easy to fix.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Will.
No problem.
Thanks, Will. See you later. Well, there you go. That was a Bandai MGSD
There's so much.
Gundam. Well, Freedom Gundam.
No? There's so much in it. How many pieces? What do you think the piece count would be? We should make that a thing. That could be a thing. How many pieces to the Gundam?
81.5. No?
Could be. I would say 131.
There you go.
Car of the week. Tell me
All right,
about it.
let's. All right. So our good friend, Mr. Saurian,
Yep.
has come up with this.
So he probably loves his Gundam as well.
He loves everything. 220 Pagani Imola, 255 fronts, 235 rears.
335.
Oh, 335.
Mm.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
All of it, as we expect. All right. Let's see what else we got.
Can't, but we still need to know. No, we know the color. We know them. We don't need to know much. How much does it weigh?
Totally different thing.
Yes.
Saurian again. DB Schenker.
The Schenker.
Deutschbahn.
Deutschbahn.
German National Rail.
There we go.
No, he's a man.
Of
Of
many
knowledge.
talents. No? He's
He
been
knows it
around the
all.
hobby industry for a
He
while.
knows
You can
it
tell
all.
he's a foamy from way back.
He does.
We should fly him in for the
Yes.
train show.
Oh,
Could be a guest of honor.
Did we get the name of the car before?
Pagani. What's a Pagani Imola?
It's an Imola.
Imola. I suppose it's like an evolution of the Hawara.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's got similarities, but it's quite a different car, isn't it? It's a
Mm.
brand spanking new car. All right, so we've got a weight here as well. 1414 is
Ooh.
lower.
Lower
So
than
now
that.
we've got upper range and lower range.
814 and 1414. Is that
Yeah.
right? So somewhere in the middle.
All right,
There's
so
600 grams of goodness in there.
1300.
Close. No cigar.
No,
That is too low.
no, it's higher than that.
So we got 1300 and 1440. Yeah?
Mm,
We're into 114 grams of goodness.
yes.
What have we got? Talking about all things fast. Do you want to know what I did last weekend?
What do you
I
do?
might have to move this thing out of the way again.
Really?
Actually.
Does it keep it safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little
So
bit,
what?
they're a little bit precious.
Where are you going? You're going really far away.
Just to be
Oh, you're back.
a little bit precious just to be flapping things around.
What is this? What are you grabbing? Oh,
Check this bad boy out.
wow.
How cool is that?
This is,
The FS Racing Model GT.
and it's really fast.
It is pretty fast.
Hmm.
It is pretty fast. And
You've been making it go faster.
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Little increments at a time, right?
Just little increments because
Yeah.
I don't want to completely blow it up and wreck it before we've had a chance to play with it.
It'll
Because
be-
you can imagine that crashing an RC car at 100 plus 120 140 kilometers takes its toll.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. And luckily for me, I found out how to turn off the gyro.
Was that lucky?
That was really cool. It was really cool. I was doing these really big drifts and could do these handbrake turns and everything. And it was really cool. What didn't help, however, was when I blew the inside of the bead of the tire off at probably 130 kilometers an hour, causing it to crash.
Well,
Whereas,
you had no idea what was going on,
no,
right?
whereas the gyro probably would have saved it.
Kept it going straight.
Yeah, it would have kept it going straight because that's its job. better than I am at wheeling it, so to speak. So let's take the lid off and have a look.
Over here.
The light's plugged in.
Safe there.
Full light kit in there as well, and everything is still working. So the reason that I wanted to bring it in was just show you how it's been going, and I'll show you where that if we go to the overhead, we can see here that the tire, if you get in tight,
Get in tight.
get in tight, and then come up. Here we go. So if I just, you can see here,
What happened there? It's starting to come off.
it's just starting to peel away.
So that went flappy, flappy.
Yeah, you can see here. It didn't come right off, but it was enough just to really upset the car at a very high speed.
Oh, sure. Anything like that would upset the car. It'll make
You
it
can
go
see-
a particular direction.
And how much that it's like the tires expanded.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it
it
started
marked the
rubbing
inside
up.
of the body too,
Started
right?
rubbing the inside of the body too. So it is yeah, but it was really good. But it did go on its lid.
Did you change the gearing?
Yes. So to make it go faster, so the first time out we ran, what was it, 80 kilometers, 82?
First time.
Yeah.
This thing.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, 108.
108.
That's right, 108, sorry. 108. And I thought that was pretty fast. However, it did come with a 12-tooth pinion.
Yeah.
So I thought that's not big enough.
Not big enough?
No.
No, got to go bigger.
So I went to my my pit bag and pulled out a 22.
Right. So that's the 22 in there now.
That is a 22 in there now.
Okay.
Aromax make it up to a 26. So
Yeah.
we've got that in stock.
Yeah.
Anything above that, I believe there's specialty guys that make them all the way up to sort of 40s and 50s.
Mm.
But yeah, so that is a 22. The standard motor mount, I think, will take a 24.
Yeah.
If I run one motor screw,
Yeah. And
I
just
think
slide it all the way
and
out.
slide it out, which will be okay for a speed run. We'll probably get to a 27. Yeah. So I think if I put a 27 on this, I reckon that we should be good for about 150, 160 kilometers.
Mm.
And this is all stock. Where did I put the batteries for it? I thought the batteries were in there.
What do you mean?
This is quite a kerfuffle.
What are you going to do? Well, you're going to fire it up and drive it off the table.
Yeah, we're going to fire it up.
Oh.
No, I was going to show you what was in there.
Oh.
So we've got the 9 steps.
Let me zoom it up a bit, eh?
The 9 steps 3S6500s.
Yep.
That's what powers this sucker up.
Okay, so 6S is a standard setup.
6S is a standard setup.
Yep.
Yeah. So I did bin it twice, crash it twice, and it's come away relatively unscathed. Yeah, it's got triple straps for each battery.
Well, you got to make sure they don't escape.
We've got a servo up here. This is for the handbrake
Oh, that's right.
to lock the rear wheels.
Yep.
So that's a good feature. And the gyro is really easy to turn on and off.
Just
So-
push button, yeah?
For the future, if I was doing an up and down speed run, I
Mhm.
would probably leave the gyro on.
Right.
But if you are hooning around somewhat, doing burnouts and just driving it around, you probably want to turn the gyro off.
Right.
And it's just 3 pushes of the button on the controller.
Yep.
And you can do it on the fly.
Right.
That said, with this sort of gearing, you don't want to be doing too much hooning because the motor is under an extreme amount of duress.
Yep.
Like that is 10 teeth up.
Hmm.
I did work out the maths. I think it went down from 9.3 to 1. I think it went down to about 5.6
Mm-hmm.
to 1. So plenty
Wow.
of scope, but 125. I actually made up a little clip if you want to play it.
A
If
clip.
you've got- yeah, actually on
That'll be this one, yeah?
that far one. That's the one.
Okay. Let's go back here. Let's play. Is it meant to be sound?
No, there's no sound
No
because
sound.
I knew that we'd be talking anyway.
Okay. All right.
Beautiful
So,
new stickers there from JSpec. Having a look over.
Yep.
I always like to get a bit of footage just before it goes on its run because you never know what will happen.
what was the 125?
Well, that was it. 125.
You did 125. on that pinion.
125 kilometers an hour.
Really?
But I only sort of did it. I reckon that the true potential is actually probably a little bit higher, probably
Yeah.
140.
Yep.
But the tire blew pretty much straight away. And as soon as it was done, I didn't have anything with me. So that was
Right.
it.
So with the bigger pinion, you'd probably be looking at 170.
Hopefully 150, 160. I mean, that's the big golden, you're not really doing speed runs unless you're doing 100 miles per hour. That's
Is
like
that what it?
that's like the entry point to doing speed runs. And this car out of the box, well, I mean, with the pinion change, should do it, which is insane. Imagine even 20 years ago thinking that you could have an RC car that you could play around with that would actually reach those speeds.
Yeah, amazing.
So that is really cool. I'm looking forward to putting some GRPs and a bitty body on there and developing it. And getting it to the velodrome. How cool is this thing going to be at the velodrome?
It's going to be awesome. We've seen
cool.
some big stuff going around there, and they're honking, aren't they?
Yeah, well, the sound it makes, that's right. And going up and down in the street, I mean, I'm sure it's really entertaining for a lot of people, but I want to go around the velodrome. Get it going sideways.
How good is the sound of the velodrome? Because it echoes back.
Yeah.
You hear everything.
That's right. And then we'll get like 3 or 4 of them racing.
No,
they can race.
They can.
Why can't you race them together? So that's going to be really, really cool.
Very awesome.
But yeah, so that is the FSR Model GT. Check it out.
Good stuff.
Full lights and everything.
All right, let's go back. Where are we? Got so between 1300 and what was it again? 1414, wasn't it?
Yep, 1300 and 1414. It's really awkward to put the body over here.
Okay. We've got look at this.
What?
Anthony. 1333. It's higher, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is higher.
I'm saying it's way higher.
Oh, Tony P's in.
Tony P's in.
And he's
from way back.
And he's narrowed it down a bit. 1350. It's lower.
Lower.
So it's lower than 1350, but higher than 1333.
I'm just coming to get it. I haven't walked away again.
What? Oh, here we go. It is back. All right, so let's leave car of the week there for a sec.
Car of the week can stay right there.
And we shall move on. What shall we talk about now?
What have you got in your bag of tricks?
I thought we'd look at some landscaping material.
You do love landscaping.
So I've got some examples of Lars Ophoff.
Lars Ophoff.
Now, we've had this for a little while, and they
That
do a
one
really
looks
good
a
job.
lot like alfalfa.
Would you be able to taste it and let me know if it tastes like alfalfa?
Okay.
Oh, you will? I'll get a bit out. So I thought I'll give you a brief explanation of the different kinds. And when I say different kinds, there's 2 different kinds of backings and how they're used.
What do you mean different backing?
So this one here is on a paper backing.
Yes.
And these other 3 here are on acetate plastic backings.
Well, okay. This is good.
Yep.
And
so
what's the difference?
The difference is how they're applied onto the surface. Okay, so with the paper ones, you just cut them. So you see the paper on the back, brown paper. You just cut the shape that you want and glue that directly with wood glue onto your surface.
Okay, so the paper you can see from the top.
You can't see the paper on the top.
That's clever.
Yep. And so it's generally the bushier materials that are done this way.
Yep.
And that's for the materials that you would generally apply that you need them to hold together and need some structure like that. These other ones are a bit sparser, and these are attached to acetate because you actually peel them off the acetate.
So you just pinch it off.
You pinch it off, and the glue that it was used to attach it to the acetate actually holds that little cluster together. And then you glue that with wood glue onto the surface.
So you're talking just like PVA? Is that
Just
what
PVA.
Yeah, just PVA.
Yeah. So I generally use a fast drying PVA, which is the deluxe stuff. So that sets off in about 15 minutes. PVA would probably take a couple of hours before it goes off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's why the fast drying stuff is handier. You could use super glue and stuff, but I just
Really?
but I think that just sets off too quickly.
I would have thought that would burn it.
No, it doesn't burn it. It just
The last thing you want is a bit of back burning.
you don't get a lot of manipulating, because after you apply all this, it's good to have a few extra minutes just to move stuff around.
Well, especially if you're indecisive like me.
That's right. Now, to help me explain, I thought I'll bring in my diorama.
Have you got a diorama?
This is a diorama that everyone's seen already.
That's
This
a pig
is my
tank
pig tank. And this I have used.
with the Easter egg weighing pig.
That's it. So I've used Lars Ophoff for this.
Did you use the paper one?
I've used both.
What do you mean you've used both? You didn't say you could use both. You
So
go to
I've used
overhead.
both.
Go to overhead so we can see what you're talking about.
All right. So
Mhm.
All right, so it might be a bit harder to see here. I've got some progress photos too, which I'll show. So this is what it's going to look like all finished. Okay, and you can see the depth. Let's do the mega zoom. You see the depth of that and how realistic it looks?
So that's not just like one packet of grass.
That's 2 types of grass. So I've used the shorter one is was on a paper backing.
Yep.
And then the tall clusters you can see around here,
Are stuck onto that.
that's filling in the gaps.
So
Yeah.
you've used like one whole backing sheet, or do you cut it up into little pieces?
Cut it up into little pieces. So let's bring up some of these.
So how do you make it look smooth?
Right?
How do you make it look smooth?
Well, once you press them all together, it naturally smooths out. It's quite amazing, really. Let me try and find
Feels a bit fuzzy.
where is.
Feels a little bit like a tennis ball.
How do I share this? Is that the one?
I'm not sure.
Let me try again.
Is it working, Beach?
Let me try again.
But then
Let me bring it up.
then the pigs come and drove a tank over it, and they left all these horrible divots.
Divots.
No? All these tank marks.
Are they? Hang on, let me go. Here we go. All right, this is where I will show you. No, that's not the one.
Oh, what's happened?
I pushed the wrong button.
Really?
There we go. So that was the foam after I prepared it. So this is blue insulation foam. That's the expanded polystyrene.
What about the wooden box?
I made that out of just some timber.
Geez, you're a crafty devil.
Hey?
Careful.
What do you mean?
The way you're just flipping it around.
Yeah, it's mine. I can do that. Oh, I'll show you later when it's got a bigger screen. But you get the idea there. Okay, so this is just to talk about what's on the screen now. That was the foam itself, and I painted a mixture of texturing material.
What did you use? What's texturing material?
So you can either use like Vallejo muds, which has got like dirt and stuff mixed through a paint medium, which is quite thick. It's sort of plastery. It's got a density to it. Or what I've done here is I've mixed up some grout with some water and just painted that over the top.
What's grout?
Grout is the stuff that you mix up and you go between tiles.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like you just pick it up from any hardware store. Now from there, we move on to where it is. So the next step,
How did you get the tank tracks in there? Did you actually use the tracks?
I did. I used the tracks and I pressed really hard into the foam and I left those impressions. And then from there, I opened it up through a bit with a screwdriver. And once you paint over it with the mixture of the grout and stuff, it sets it up like a little skin. All right, so that was after, and you see all the bits cut up here. See on the side there? That's the paperback stuff which I cut up. And then when I glued them on, it looked like this. That's what it looked like.
Is it very deliberate, that pattern, or was it just random shapes?
It's random shapes. Yeah, I didn't want to make any straight lines because then it'll be difficult to blend a straight line. It wouldn't look natural. So from this point, we move on to here, which I've darkened it a bit because when I put it on, the colors there was too much contrast. So see here, it's way too light compared to the green.
Well, it depends. If it was like a sandy thing, it would be okay.
Yeah, it didn't look quite right to me. So I painted it darker. And so it ended up here. So you can see how it's starting to blend already just from the base color. And then this is where you can see around these points on this side.
Was it airbrushed?
No, just brush painted. Yeah, it's just like a wash. And then over here, I started filling it in. And you can see how it's already starting to blend. You see these white patches here, the light colored ones?
Yes.
Where my cursor is. That looks like that because that's the glue still wet. And as it dried, it got darker. And then you end up with this. So the front part is where I've already blended it. So with the long stuff put in between. And the back is still waiting for the stuff to go in between these spots. So it's as easy as that to apply. Really simple.
And I imagine quite fast as well.
Oh, reasonably. I did it in a couple of evenings.
Yep.
Yeah. So this sort of area here. But this is more, well, the Lars Offhoff does this for the railway guys. So if I open up one of these, I'll show you what it's like. So this is the clear backing.
You could use that for facial hair.
I could. So you see how this? So it's just acetate, and then you just use tweezers, grab hold of a chunk, and peel it off, and then you just glue it on. So that's how you use this stuff. You can see how it's already really spicy. You got a whole heap of different size type of tufts to choose from. Now, in comparison, I'll grab the paper-based one. So this stuff here, it's like a quite heavy meadow.
It's really dense. Heavy
Yes,
meadow. I'd say springtime.
Springtime meadow.
Oh,
I just gave it a bit of a shave. So that's what it looks like here.
wow.
See the depth of that?
That is so
And you
deep.
see how it's just like I don't know what sort of paper you call that? It's like a basic book covering paper, isn't it? You know, old days you used to wrap books in paper. So it is quite flexible.
Wow.
And because it's paper, it absorbs the wood glue really easily.
How do they make this stuff? This is quite an art.
Now this is the opportunity to taste it and tell me if it tastes like alfalfa.
No.
No? How good is it? Because it probably doesn't look natural that you've got a whole field this dense. Because usually these things grow in patches, right? So I cut a bit of this out, just like I've done with my diorama, and then glue it on. So simple as that. Let me just put some of this over here. So that's what it looks like there.
From a
So
distance, it
that's-
just looks like AstroTurf,
It does, doesn't it?
but it's way nicer.
So that's just how simple it is to use this material, which is made by Lars Ophoff.
You say that it's easy.
It is. It is very simple. So I might as well bring this back, and I'll show everyone what it's like underneath. So this is the foam. This is the expanded polystyrene foam, which is
Yep.
often used for insulation. You just pick it up from a hardware store. Very easy to cut. Cuts very clean. So it's a totally different feel to the expanded ball type.
And that's also
foam.
the same as the train layout.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right. So the micro layout we've got there, the
Yeah.
009 one, is made from the same material. Now, you notice that I've got tape on here. I've only taped it for the moment because I didn't want to make it permanent yet, because I was in a rush to finish this, and I'm not quite finished. So I'm still going to pull this apart and redo it. So just enhancements.
Enhanced.
Yeah.
More Easter eggs.
I don't know. But yeah, so little tree here that's just made out of some wire. Actually, let's get up closer. I think. See if I can get there.
I think it needs some weathering on the turret.
Yeah, it probably does need more weathering, for sure. So you see that tree there? The trunk is basically 12 gauge wire that we use for radio control cars. And we use that because it's got extra really fine filaments in it. And the filaments on the top are just teased out to make all the branches. Can you see that?
What did you use to make the bark?
Make the bark. So I just used Tamiya putty, which is like a lacquer-based putty in the tube. Comes out like toothpaste. And just brush that over it so it doesn't look like a wire anymore. And then just painted it brown. Now I drilled in the center of it, put a pin. So that's just pinned in there. So it's not permanent.
Well, don't you give me. Oh, you've exposed his little stream.
Oh yeah, can you see the stream? I painted a clear yellow, so that's all it is. It's not that
Crafty.
hard.
And well, it's not when you know how. It's
So
like
yeah,
it's like brain surgery.
is it?
Yeah.
Same as neurosurgery, is it?
Not sure.
So Lars Ophoff, have a look at it. I mean, it's to get this sort of finish. If you were just to do that with like a flocking machine, that'll take you forever because you have
Would
to
it?
make all the tufts and stuff individually.
How did we do one on the 009 layout?
The
We did
009 was just through a
static.
static applicator.
Remember the thing that was sparking? And
Yeah,
I
and you were
was scared-
touching it, and it was like, yeah,
I was
not
scared of
good.
it.
That's right. So that's how you do it. Not hard at all.
Look, it's easy when you know how.
Yes. There you go. Give it a go. All right, what do we got here? Let's check up. Oh, we've got more weights, have we? We've got more weights.
Everything's so delicate today. I have to take it far away.
Oh, Anthony wants to know what the pitch of the pinions are on your speed car. They're point
Mod 1.
on mod ones.
Yep.
So chunky.
Yeah, so that's what we use in electric 8 scale
Yes.
off-road.
Yes. Oh, look, Just Scotty's just joined us from the States. He's
Yep.
guessing the weight of the car is 14 95. So he's
Right.
probably missed out. So we had the ranges of 13. What was it?
1300.
1333 and 1350 is
1350.
where it should be
So
in
we're
between.
tight, getting tight like
Yep.
a tiger.
So Tony P's onto it.
Yep.
He says 1343.
No, lower.
It's lower.
We're getting right close now.
It's lower. Oh, Anthony's right onto it. 1340.
No, lower.
Nah.
Getting close. Getting close though. What else have we got? What?
Sorian's mentioned something about your cordial you drank a couple of weeks ago.
The cordial? The 20% cordial.
You can still see, can't you?
Yep. A little bit.
Actually, I've got some questions about the putty and stuff. So Sorian again is asking, do I thin out the putty for the tree? So I didn't for that one, but you can.
Okay.
Yep. It comes out really thick. So it actually covered up all the shape of the wire really quickly. All right, what have we got here? We have a gentleman who's asking us to show off the Hornby 00 models. Unfortunately, we won't ever be doing unboxings on the 00 models because they're just so rare.
They're so special.
They're all individually numbered and...
We did have an unboxing on the ones with the builder plugs.
Yes.
We didn't unbox, but we opened the box.
That's right.
But now the box is shut
Yeah,
and it's staying that way.
that's right. So sorry about that. We'll do other ones for sure.
We definitely will do other ones, but we
Yes.
just want to make sure that the people who are buying them rest assured that they have not been manhandled and dropped by us.
That's right. That's right. What have we got now?
What have we got now?
You've got more stuff, haven't you?
Um,
You have. I'm sure of it.
I've got more stuff to talk about, but I didn't bring anything more in.
Oh, didn't you?
No?
Because I didn't either.
Well, that's good. So I would let's talk about the big announcement that happened yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah, the big announcement.
exciting.
So the club that we really get behind and support in
Mhm.
110th On Road
Yes,
is Bendigo.
that's
We
right.
all know that. And recently, where I was up there, we did the Bendigo Junior Development Day.
Mm.
That was an absolute success, and the club did really well. Well, needless to say, it's coming to that time of year again where the club is going to host its marquee event, the Bendigo Classic, and we
2023.
can announce that now. That will be on, the dates have been announced. That will be October 13th to 15th,
Right.
and we will be there,
We'll be there for sure.
and that will be really cool. And we will make it bigger and better than last year,
That's
which
right.
is going to be really hard. Last year we had an entry cap of 130.
Mhm.
We had 122.
Yep.
This stage we've added a new class. We've added Phaser Pro, just because Phaser's got so popular and intense. So there'll be actually 3 classes just for Kyosho Phaser.
Yeah.
Junior, novice, and pro.
Mhm.
And pros just for all the old flogs like me that just,
What'd you call yourself?
yeah, you know, I know what I am. And BJ is earmarked to be running a 21.5.
Am I?
Mm.
What happened to my truck?
Didn't you? Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, that too.
Where is the truck?
Oh, it's around.
Oh, Domingue's got the truck.
That's right.
Domingue's got the truck. Yeah, no, so the Tamiya truck will come out in Fury. Phase will come out, and maybe an all-new release from Yokomo. Hey, that could be exciting.
could be.
That could be very exciting. But in the meantime, we've got a little bit of footage and stuff from last year, Beach,
We
if you'd
have.
like to show it.
Should I show you some photos first?
Yeah, what have you got?
Let me see.
And then we can talk our way through it.
Where am I going?
Make sure you push the right button.
I'm working it out.
Yep, because I'm feeling really awkward.
Why are you feeling awkward?
No, I'm not.
Hang on. I'm almost there.
Don't. I may lick
I'm
the...
almost
If you
there.
leave me too longer, I will lick the Pagani.
What?
You heard?
What's banana?
I'm not sure.
Oh, here we go. That's right. That's all right.
Yeah,
That's all right. That's the one.
it's getting closer.
It's up.
Is it?
There
This
we go.
is what people are looking at. So when we got to the track last year, Friday, wasn't it? About Friday lunchtime,
It was about Friday
we
lunchtime.
were greeted with a
Witness.
wet. Was definitely a lot of Victoria was actually still underwater. from the floods that we had. So there was a bit of a rainstorm that week, and it was looking a bit dicey in the lead up. But we did definitely get there, and that's what we were greeted with, a wet track but sunshine.
That's right.
And that is a beautiful infield there of Bendigo. So what else have you got?
I have got.
Oh, look at that one. That's young Nathan here. That's a good photo there.
Oh, is
from
it?
Moz.
Is that
Yep,
Nate?
absolutely. It's young Nate.
Who's that?
That's the two mighty phases. Hey, one going in front of the other one. That's
That's
the Hakasuka. I did that. I had that on last week's show, didn't we? The GDR, the phaser.
Did you bring it in for that?
It wasn't an
Can't remember.
unboxing, but yeah, and there's you in the orange AMG GT.
GT. That's it. That's it. And then apart
Really
from
good
this,
photos there from Moz.
yeah, he does a good job, doesn't he?
And we should have some clips,
I got one clip. Was there meant to be more than one?
potentially.
This is around the track.
It's so creative of you.
Back straight, come around, past the driver's stand, going in the infield.
You did a fast lap time.
Did. And then there we go.
It's almost like you sped it up.
Didn't speed it up.
So that is the Bendigo Classic. So keep an eye out for that, guys. There will be a ton of social media for that.
There will be. So
So
we'll
it's
be
gonna be
creating
really
the
exciting.
Facebook event as well to
This-
help you find it.
It's the biggest Hearns event that we have locally.
Mm.
We'll be there all weekend. We'll be in the process of getting our accommodation booked and stuff over the weekend, getting it all under control.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
I reckon it's going to be fantastic.
We'll do the show from the track Friday.
Mhm.
We'll have fun racing.
Yep.
We'll get on the microphone and commentate. Have a lovely weekend. So I hope
Looking forward to it.
that everybody gets behind us. Even interstaters come down and run.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wait, Queenslanders turn up last year, didn't we?
Last time, yes.
Mm.
Yes. The only thing this year this event does clash with is the 8-scale GT Worlds. Not that that's a huge concern to most of our market in
No, that's
Victoria anyway. For a little regional club, I call it little, regional club here in Melbourne, in Victoria,
Yeah.
they do a really good job. So
For
looking
sure.
forward to making a really good event.
Alrighty, what else we got? Let's
We
have a
can-
closer look
Let's
at
take a closer look at the car and wind this one up.
this. Is hang on, we're a bit tight, yeah.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm preparing. You ready?
Yeah.
Boom.
What have you got? Why is it all wiggly? Are you kicking it?
Yeah. Sorry.
You're kicking it over there.
It's all good now.
This is a latest model that's come in from BBR. Now
Let me just
this
focus it up. Hang on.
this car is limited to 60 pieces worldwide. You can keep it there. Keep it, mate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With the carbon fiber.
Look at the carbon fiber. That is the roof duct intake.
And
Have
the
a look how
intake
it's proud.
That's right. It's proud of the rear glass.
We've got carbon. Look at the carbon detail there.
What's down the center? Is that solar?
Could be a stiffening strip. Maybe it's like a targa top.
What'd you
I
call it?
don't know. We've got window. Can see there. Look at the
I like that red
texture.
detail.
Red detail and the texture on the dash.
All carbon.
These are all handmade, produced exactly to replicate the exact models that were made. Now this matte is very, very matte, isn't it? It absorbs a lot of light.
And they've done a really good job with them, Matt.
You can see the brakes. It's really hard to get the texture
Let me try and focus that a bit
on
better.
camera. Oh, that's sharp. Looking
And-
down the side detail. Look at the badge and all the etching.
Yep, that's it. And those little rivets.
And the rivets on that. And it is tiny. They would be
Mm.
tenths of millimeters.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Badge work on the side again. Everything has such a lovely texture. And I suppose that's what makes a quality resin model, isn't it? Probably have to refocus now as I...
As it's changing the distance to the camera.
As they
That's
come
not
up.
too bad. Yeah. Hold it tight. There we go. I've just focused on the lights. There's the nose. Really spider-looking eyes, aren't they?
Isn't it?
Oh, look at the mirror stalk. Wow.
It is just such great textural finish. It is such a beautiful, beautiful model. We'll have a look over in the back. Should better get it back in focus again. Have a look at the coloration on the exhaust tips.
Oh, yeah.
It's like heat, and it almost looks like laser etching, like the real ones.
Mm.
You know, where they've got it laser etched on the top of the exhaust pipes there.
Yep.
Can't even pick it up with that detail. But yeah, tail lights.
Let me see more carbon detail on the rear apron. Imola. Beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely fantastic. There we go. So who got the weight right? What weight were we at?
All right, so we're going to go through because there's been a mad dash.
There's been a mad dash.
Okay, so we've got Just Scotty, 1340.
1340.
That's lower. So Anthony's gone 1338.
Lower.
Lower. Wasn't that funny? Tony P said exactly the same thing. And now Jeff said 1337. Lower.
Come on.
1336 from Just Scotty. Lower, yeah?
Lower.
And that's it. Oh, hang on. They're coming in hot now. They're coming in hot. 1335.
No.
Lower.
1334. That's the only one left.
1334. Anthony went up one.
Nobody guessed it.
No, it came
No,
very
it was
close.
1333. Somebody already guessed that. Somebody went 1335. Nobody actually chose. Go to the
So
overhead.
Anthony just, what was it meant to be? 1334. Anthony just put in 1334.
There you go. Well, somebody's going to win it. Go to the overhead and you can prove it. I was really reluctant that the scale was actually going to fire back up.
Boom, 1334.
1334 indeed. I'll weigh it again. It'll probably be something else. 1334. There we go.
Look, so Just Scotty, the States, has said he's finishing off his rigging 2 years ago, and she's done after 16 months of work.
How
What to
good
build
is
next?
that?
You need to build an HMS Endeavour.
Endeavour?
Yep. Probably be hard to find in the States. But,
I'd say it'd be very hard to find.
but it
in
means
the
a lot to
States.
Australians. So how about that? That's my suggestion anyway.
Fantastic. We're still in the overhead though.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Well, that is fantastic, guys. Thank you for all your interaction and ongoing support.
Yes,
Well,
there's a
really
lot.
good show
There's a
today.
lot this time.
We had very vast. Yeah. Sorry, Tony P, that we didn't get out to do speed running last week. I snuck out late Sunday arvo for a bit of secret squirrel testing, which all came ahead when the
Tyre went kapop.
The tyre went kapop. But nonetheless, we had a bit of fun and got scared. So that's what driving these RC cars is all about, isn't it?
That's it. That's it.
But yeah, so stay tuned. Got a club race this weekend, hopefully at EMCC.
That's right. That's off-road.
That is off-road, so electric 8 scale. We'll be out there having a run. Yeah, come out and say hi. And I look forward to hearing from everybody and seeing what comes in next week.
It's going to be exciting again.
Fantastic,
So
guys.
thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching, and let's do it all again next week.
That's right. All right. See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye-bye.